Good evening and welcome to the Mount Lebanon Athletic Center and Auditorium, where tonight the Mount Lebanon Swimming and Diving Blue Devils play host to North Hills. This meet was not regularly scheduled, and it's the resumption of a long-time old rival of Mount Lebanon's. We'll be starting with the swimming portion of the competition tonight in about 2 minutes. Unlike a lot of the meets this year, the format's going to be a little different. We're going to go a normal format tonight. We're going to go one girls event and one boys event. North Hills will be swimming in lanes 1, 2, and 3. Mount Lebanon 6, 7, and 8. We'll have the two empty lanes in the middle. Last week, the Mount Lebanon teams continued their winning ways for the 2020-2021 season, taking care of section rival Bethel Park. The meet was highlighted by 3 WPIL cuts for the girls teams. It started off in the medley relay, then was followed up by Adrian Higgins' 100 fly cut. And not to be outdone, Hannah Morelli later in the evening qualified in the 100 backstroke. On the boys' side, there were quite a few impressive swims, but they didn't quite get the whippeal cuts, and tonight they'll be looking to join the girls qualifying for the WPIL event later this season. Girls are slowly getting behind the blocks now. We're going to go ahead and give you the first event. It's going to be event 1, the girls 200 medley relay. Swimming for North Hills in lane 1, the team of Dub, Potaski, Bejelik, and Ehrlich. In lane 2, Lang, Kutsny, Jurchik, and Conover. And 3, Mahoney, Thomas, Kuchma, and Salopik. Swimming for Mount Lebanon in lane 6, the team of Roy, Barnett, Higgins, and Reese. In 7, Morelli, Reese, Hoffman, and Rice. And in 8, Reinhardt, Uremko, Snyder, and Cox. Tonight, following the diving competition, it will be seniors night. Probably a seniors night unlike any other, but we will be honoring our 13 graduating seniors. Festivities are scheduled to start at about 8 o'clock. Girls are behind the blocks for the medley relay. Again, the first swimmers from Mount Lebanon. In lane 6, it's Roy. Lane 7 is Morelli. In lane 8, it's Reinhardt. There's the start. Girls 200 medley relay. WPO qualifying time is a 1:51.5. Last week, the Mount Lebanon squad achieved that cut. And off the start in lane 7, it's Hannah Morelli. She's out with the early lead, followed closely by Sylvia Roy. Both teams ahead of the North Hills team in lane 3. And both swimmers neck and neck from Mount Lebanon. They're going to touch the wall. They're both out 26.98, 27.20. Real quick splits. Second swimmers from Mount Lebanon, Barnett in 6, Reese in 7, and Uremko in 8. Third swimmers now on the block. Mount Lebanon's Higgins, Hoffman, and Snyder. Mount Lebanon team in lane 7 out 57.74. The team in lane 6 just behind it, 58.08. Strong fly leg there by Adrian Higgins. Flipped the order of the two lanes. She's pulled ahead a little bit. Fourth swimmers now. In lane 6, it's Reese. Lane 7, it's Rice. Lane 8, it's Cox. A little more than a second after the 150 between the two Mount Lebanon teams. Mount Lebanon's team in lane 8. They're about 2 seconds behind North Hills team over in lane 3. We're coming up to the finish here. Mount Lebanon's going to touch the wall first in lane 6. 149.38. The team in lane 7, 150.28. Both squads well under the WPIL cuts. Team in North Hills team in lane 3 finished third, 155.75. Mount Lebanon in lane 8 fourth, 158.54. North Hills in lane 2 finishes fifth, 201.87. And the North Hills squad in lane 1, they're going to finish up 216.49. We go to the boys. Swimming for North Hills in lane 2, the team of Baxter, Schneider, Metzler, and Boyle. In 3, Beauregard, Frazier, Lawrence, and Pastorius. In lane 6, the team of Klepchip, Beck, Matros, and Lee. In 7, Capetta, Frank, Tardascu, and Dustovich. And in 8, Murray, Frank, White, and Stilley. WPO qualifying time is a 1:40 even. Boys are off. Strong start by the North Hills swimmer over in lane 3. He's probably a full body length ahead of the Mount Lebanon teams. He really got off the wall quick. Mount Lebanon's team in 7's got their second. Wow, North Hills out 23.95. That's a blistering fast opening 50 for the backstroke. Second swimmers in for Mount Lebanon, Beck, Frank, and Frank. Mount Lebanon's team in 7 was about 3 seconds, 2.5, 3 seconds behind North Hills after the first 50, even with a respectable 26. Breaststroke legs, Mount Lebanon's team in 7, that's Connor Frank. He closed the gap considerably on the North Hills team in 3. Third swimmers now in the water, Matros, Tardascu, and White. North Hills in lane 3 was at 52.69. Mount Lebanon in 7, 53.75. Looks like after the first 25, Andre's overtaken the North Hills swimmer. Mount Lebanon's going to touch the wall first at 150. Fourth swimmers now. In 6, it's going to be Lee. Lane 4 is Dustovich. Lane 8 is Stilley. We're looking for a 140 even. Probably a little off of that pace here. We come to the wall, and Mount Lebanon's going to touch. It's going to be close. Oh! 140.07, just off the WPO cut. North Hills finishes second, 143.89. Mount Lebanon in lane 8 finishing third, 147.12. Finishing fourth in lane 6. Mount Lebanon 147.19. Oh, tough break there from Mount Lebanon squad in lane 7. North Hills finishing up here in lane 2. They finished 2:16.67. We go to the girls 200 freestyle. Swimming for North Hills in lane 3, Olivia Weber, and in 4, Katarina Gerchik. Swimming for Mount Lebanon in lane 5, Zoe Riebel. Lane 6, Gracie Heim. Lane 7, Rebecca Jozuak. And lane 8, Julia Chung. Girls cut in the 200 freestyles a 1:56.90. Zoe Riebel from Mount Lebanon in lane 5 out real quick. She's your early leader. She's already about a body length ahead of everyone else. The other 5 swimmers are relatively tightly compact. As we approach the first turn, Zoe's going to be out 27.4. She turns first. Gracie Heim second, 29.27. Rebecca, 29.96. Julia, 31.1. All 4 swimmers 1 through 4 from Mount Lebanon. Again, the qualifying time here is a 1:56.90. Zoe looking real strong here. Nice long stroke. She's going to flip at the 100. 57.81. Gracie Heim second, 101.18. Rebecca, 103.29. Katarina Gerchak from North Hills turned 4th, 105.99, just ahead of Mount Lebanon's Julia Chung, 107.44. And Olivia Weber, North Hills, was 6th, 108.33. Zoe's at the 150, 128.58. She's going to need a big last 50. Gracie, 134.58. Rebecca, 136.71. And Julia, 144.74. Zoe's on her final lap. She's about halfway down now at the flags. And she's going to finish 159.28. Finishing second is going to be Gracie Heim. 207.46. Rebecca Jozuak third, 209.42. Catherine Gerchak from North Hills, 213.15. Fourth. North Hills Olivia Weber finishes fifth, 217.80. And finishing sixth from Mount Lebanon, Julia Chung, 220.05. The boys 200 freestyle is next. Swimming for North Hills in lane 2, Jason Korn. In lane 3, Joseph Ashoff. And in lane 4, Aaron Kuzmarch. Swimming for Mount Lebanon in lane 5, Andrew Klepchik. Lane 6, Jacob Burton. Lane 7, Everett Mead. And lane 8, Daniel Hartman. For the boys, the WPO qualifying time is a 1:46.50. Real quick start from Andrew Klepchik in 5. He really beat the field off the blocks. Jacob Burton's quickly trying to stay with him. He's in 6. Both swimmers well ahead of the rest of the field right now. They're at the 50. They're going to turn 24.35 for Andrew, 25.49 for Jacob. Daniel Hartman turned third, 28.03. Everett Mead fourth, 28.65. Real strong, quick start here. We're approaching the halfway point, the 100. Andrew's going to turn 50.97. Jacob Burton second, 53.87. Daniel Hartman third, 59.66, just ahead of teammate Everett Mead, 59.91. Andrew Klepchik approaching the 150 turn. He continues to look real strong. He's going to turn 118.06. Jacob Burton, 122.84. We're going to watch Andrew Klepchik's now on his last leg. He needs a 146.50 to punch his ticket in the 200 free. Looks like he's going to be well under that. He's going to touch the wall. 145.19. Jacob Burton's going to finish second. 151.37. Everett Mead with a strong second 100 is going to finish third. 202.29. Daniel Hartman fourth. 204.81. Andrew Klepchik becomes the first Mount Lebanon boys swimmer to qualify for the WPIL meet. Still waiting on the North Hills team to finish up here. Joseph Ashoff finishes fifth, 234.62. Aaron Kusamach sixth, 241.24. And Jason Korn's going to finish seventh, 252 even. Next event is the girls' 200-yard individual medley. Swimming for North Hills in lane 2, Angie Belgica Wagner. And in lane 3, Maddie Dube. In lane 4, Jewel Thomas. Swimming for Mount Lebanon in lane 5, Marley Reese. Lane 6, Ellie Reinhardt. Lane 7, Maddie Snyder. In lane 8, Kalina Stratemeyer. Girls are off. WPIL qualifying time in the 200 individual medley is a 2:12.50. Marley Reese out real strong on her butterfly leg. She got down the pool first. Looks like North Hills' Jewel Thomas is in second, about a half body length behind Marley. Marley out 27.81. Backstroke leg now. Other three Mount Lebanon swimmers were 3, 4, and 5. Marley Reese continues your lead halfway through the backstroke leg of the 200 individual medley. Ellie Reinhardt making a move, the natural backstroker. And at the halfway point of the 200 individual medley, Marley Reese is out 101.82. Ellie Reinhardt was second, 104.74, just ahead of North Hills' Jewel Thomas at 105.14. Maddie Snyder was next, 108.60, followed by Catalina Stoudemire, 110.65. Marley Reese continues to lead. North Hills' Jewel Thomas is really making a strong push in the breaststroke. She passed Ellie Reinhardt, and it looks like she's closed the gap a little bit on Marley. But we're approaching the turn to the freestyle leg now. Marley's out 140.41. She'll need a strong last 50. Jewel Thomas turns second, 144.24. Ellie Reinhardt third, 149.38. Maddie Snyder fourth, 151.77. Catalina Stoudemire, 155.54. Marley Reese now about halfway down her last leg. She's approaching the flag. She needs a strong finish here. Can she get under 1:2.50? Yes, 2:12.22. Marley Reese, WPIL qualifier in the 200 individual medley. Jewel Thomas second, 2:16.32. Ellie Reinhardt finishes third, 2:22.29. Maddie Snyder fourth, 2:25.14. Kalina Stoudemire fifth, 2:29.75. Maddie Dube for North Hills, 2:35.51. And Angie Wagner's going to finish 2:45. The boys' 200 individual medleys next. Swimming for North Hills in lane 4 is Owen Pastorius. Swimming in Mount Lebanon in lane 5, Chase Stustovich. Lane 6, Andre Turdescu. Lane 7, Matthew Klepchik. And lane 8, Shay Ziedler. Boys are off in the 200 individual medley. And off the start, lane 7, that's Andre Tedescu. I'm sorry, lane 6, Andre Tedescu's out with slight lead over Chase Dutchovich in 5. Butterfly is going to touch Andre 26:01, Chase 26:33. Matthew Klepchik was third, 27:84, just ahead of Owen Pastorius from North Hills, 27:96, and Shea Ziedler fifth, 30.04. On the backstroke now. Andre has increased his lead ever so slightly over Chase. They're still 1-2, and from here it looks like Matthew is pulled ahead of the North Hills swimmer and has moved into third place. We're at the 100 now. Andre touches first, 58.27, just ahead of Chase, 58.87. Whitfield qualifying time is a 1:59.70. Matthew Klepchik was third, minute .78. Owen Pastorius from North Hills was fourth, 1:02.85. And Shea was fifth, 1:07.10. Breaststroke leg, Andre's opened up a little larger lead now over Chase. Those two have been 1-2 since the start of the race. And as they make their final turn and head to the freestyle leg, Andre's out 1:36.16. Chase 1:39.28. Matthews 1:41.39. Owen Pastorius from the North Hills 1:42.90. Shea's now on his final 50. He's at 1:56.95. And we're at the finish. Andre's going to touch the wall. 2:05.22. Chase will finish second. 2:10.72. Matthew Klepchik, 2:11.81. North Hills' Owen Pastorius, 2:14.24. And finishing up here in fifth, it's going to be Shea Ziedler from Mount Lebanon. He touches 2:32.42. Event 7 is next. It's the girls 50 freestyle. Swimming for North Hills in lane 1, Shelby Pontowski. Lane 2, Paige Lang. Lane 3, Chloe Saplowick. And lane 4, Maddie Mahoney. Swimming for Mount Lebanon in lane 5, Vivian Roy. Lane 6, Lana Rice. Lane 7, Meredith Reese. And lane 8, Mary Hoffman. Whitfield qualifying time in the 50 free is a 24.90. Girls are in the water. Tight race as we go down the pool. Too close to call at the turn. Tight race between Mount Lebanon's Vivian Roy and North Hills' Maddie Mahoney. We're coming to the finish. Too close to call from here, and at the touch, it's going to be Vivian Roy first, 24.96. Second, Maddie Mahoney from North Hills, 25.11. Finishing third, down in lane 8, it was Mary Hoffman, 25.40. Finishing fourth for Mount Lebanon, Meredith Reese, 25.57. Finishing fifth for Mount Lebanon, Lana Rice, 25.75. Finishing sixth, North Hills' Chloe Saplowick, 26.42. In seventh, North Hills' Paige Lang, 27.85. And in eighth, Shelby Pontowski, 30.62. The boys 50 free, event 8 is next. Swimming for North Hills in lane 1, Drew Schneider. Lane 2, Daniel Sushkin. Lane 3, Dane Fazio. And in lane 4, Brady Lawrence. Swimming for Mount Lebanon in lane 5, Andrew Capetta. Lane 6, Ken Lee. Lane 7, Constantine Matros. And in lane 8, Caspian Rebel. WPL qualifying time in the 50 free for the boys is a 22.20. Boys are in the water. And we go down the pool. Looks like Mount Lebanon's Andrew Capetta is going to turn just ahead of North Hills' Dane Fazio in lane 3. He appears to be your leader as we come down the wall. at the finish, it's going to be Andrew Capetta, 22.88. Dane Fazio for the North Hills, 23.44, was in second. Brady Lawrence from the North Hills in lane 4, 23.75. Finishing fifth for Mount Lebanon in lane 6, Ken Lee, 24.19. Finishing sixth for Mount Lebanon in lane 8, it was Caspian Riebel, 25.42. In seventh, it was Daniel Suckin from the North Hills, 26.62. And in eighth, Drew Schneider from North Hills, 30.39. We're at the break now. We'll be back in about 10 minutes after both teams get a chance to warm up. All right, we're getting ready to start the second half here. Do a quick recap of the first half. Girls got the evening started off in a good fashion with both their relay teams in lanes 6 and 7 getting under the WPIL qualifying time, going 1-2 in that event. The boys followed suit, winning the boys 200 medley relay for Mount Lebanon, but being just off of the WPIL qualifying cut there. Then in event 4, boys 200 freestyle, Andrew Klepchik swam a WPIL qualifying time in the 200 free. And then following him in event 5, it was Marley Reese in the 200 medley. That kind of does a quick recap. We don't have a score yet, but when we get one, we'll share that. We're going to start up here again. It's going to be event 11. It's going to be the girls 100 butterfly. Swimming for North Hills in lane 4 is Sarah Kuchma. Swimming for Mount Lebanon in lane 5 is going to be Maddie Snyder. In lane 6, Amelia Neems. In lane 7, Kate Mooney. And in lane 8, Emily Thomas. WPI qualifying time in the 100 fly is a 59.50. Whistle and the girls are on the block. Off the start, it's North Hills' Sarah Kutchma. She's your quick early leader. She's going to get down the pool and turn first, just ahead of Maddie Snyder and Amelia Neems from Mount Lebanon. They were followed by Kate Mooney and Emily Thomas. Sarah Kuchma from North Hills out real strong. She's going to turn 28.77. Maddie Snyder second, 30.89. Amelia Neems third, 31.44. Kate Mooney fourth, 31.78. And Emily Thomas fifth, 32.35. 3 laps down. Sarah Kuchma from North Hills leads, well ahead of Maddie Snyder from Mount Lebanon. Race for second is between Maddie and Amelia Neems. They're in 5 and 6. Just behind them, it's Kate Mooney and then Emily Thomas in 8. And Sarah Kuchma is going to touch 101.72. Maddie Snyder's going to finish second, 106 even. Amelia Neems third, 107.05. Kate Mooney fourth, 108.16. And in fifth, it was Emily Thomas, 110.43. Event 12, boys 100 fly is next. Swimming for North Hills in lane 4, Owen Pastorius. Swimming for Mount Lebanon in lane 5, Gabe White. In lane 6, Ryan Frank. In lane 7, Bill Stilley. And in lane 8, Constantine Matros. WPL qualifying time for the boys in the 100 fly is a 53 even. The boys are off 100 fly. And off the start, and we go down the wall. It's too close right now between Gabe White and Ryan Frank from Mount Lebanon and Owen Pastorius from North Hills. They kind of touched pretty even at the first 25. And we approach the 50. It looks like Gabe White might have a slight lead over Ryan and Owen Pastorius, and he does. He gets the wall 27.53. Ryan Frank was second, 27.69. Down in 8, it was Constantine Matros slipping in there, 27.99. Fourth, Owen Pastorius from North Hills, 28.44, and Bill Stilley was fifth, 28.61. Last leg now. Gabe White continues to lead, maybe a half body length over Ryan Frank, and they're approaching the finish. And at the wall, it's Gabe White, 58.52 first. Second, Ryan Frank, 58.84. Third, Constantine Matros, 59.37. Fourth, North Hills, Owen Pastorius, 59.71. And fifth, Bill Stilley, 100.88. Event 13, girls 100 freestyle. Swimming for the North Hills in lane 1, Hannah Urich. Lane 2, Mia Kutzny. Lane 3, Chloe Saplowick. And lane 4, Maddie Mahoney. Swimming from Mount Lebanon in lane 5, Mary Hoffman. Lane 6, Adrian Higgins. Lane 7, Chloe Spicula. And lane 8, Catherine Sheets. WPO qualifying time for the girls here in the 100 free is a 53.70. Looks like we're just waiting on the officials. There we go. The whistle. Girls are on the blocks. And the girls are in the water, 100 freestyle. Real solid start by Adrian Higgins in lane 6. Looks like he's going to give her a lead down the pool first, maybe just ahead of teammate Mary Hoffman. They turned real close. Looks like Mary got her on the turn, and she's now out in front. North Hills' Maddie Mahoney's right there with them, too. And they're going to turn Mary Hoffman 26.42, just ahead of Maddie Mahoney, 26.82. Adrian Higgins was third, 27.21. Fourth, it's Chloe Spicula, 28.57. Fifth, Catherine Sheets, 28.63. Seventh, Hannah Yurderek from North Hills, 32.80. And we're on the last leg now. Tight race here. Mary Hoffman in 5. Maddie Mahoney from the North Hills in 4. And at the wall, Mary Hoffman gets in there, 54.28. North Hills, Maddie Mahoney second, 54.89. Third, Adrian Higgins, 56.89. Fourth, Chloe Spicula, 59.95. Fifth, Catherine Sheets, minute .21. Sixth, North Hills, Mia Kuttensnees, minute .57. And seventh, North Hills, Hannah Urich, 1:10.06. Boys 100 freestyles next. It's event 14. Swimming for the North Hills in lane 1, Aaron Kusmarch. Lane 2, Jason Korn. Lane 3, Daniel Sukin. And lane 4, Joshua Bognard. Swimming from Mount Lebanon in lane 5, Andrew Capetta. Lane 6, Andrew Klepchik. Lane 7, Ken Lee. And lane 8, Shay Ziedler. WPO qualifying time for the boys is a 48.10. Boys are off. It looks like that's Joshua Bognard in lane 4 out early from North Hills. He's going to turn first. It looks like Andrew Klepchik was second. Andrew Capetta third at the 25. Joshua Bognard from North Hills well out in front. He's going to turn at the 50 in a 21.91. Andrew Capetta second, 23.96. Andrew Klepchik, 24.08, was third. Ken Lee, fourth, 25.63. Shay Ziedler, fifth, 27.47. Right now the race is between the two Mount Lebanon boys for second, the two Andrews. Joshua Bognard from the North Hills is going to win the 100 free. He's going to touch 45.86. In second, it's Andrew Capetta, 49.54. Third, Andrew Klepchik, 49.60. Fourth, Ken Lee, 53.68. Fifth, Shay Ziedler, 57.60. Sixth from the North Hills, Daniel Suckin, 59.69. Seventh, it's going to be Aaron Kusmach, 1:10.16. And in eighth from the North Hills, Jason Korn, 1:16.20. The next event is event 15. It's the girls' 500-yard freestyle. Swimming from the North Hills in lane 4 is Anna Conover. Swimming from Mount Lebanon in lane 5, Zoe Riebel. Lane 6, Gracie Heim. Lane 7, Natalie Cox. And in lane 8, Rebecca Joswiak.
Our next event, girls, 500-yard freestyle.
Girls WPO qualifying time in the 500 free is a 5:15. Girls are in the water.
Swimming for North Hills at lane 4, Anna Conover from Mount Lebanon. Lane 5, Zoe Riegel. Lane 6, Gracie Heim. Lane 7, Natalie Cox. Lane 8, Rebecca Joswiak.
At the first 50, out early, it's the North Hills Anna Conover in 4 and Mount Lebanon Zoe Riebel in 5. They're going to turn 1-2. They're out in 28:46 and 28:83. Zoe was the leader. Third was Gracie Heim, 29:99. Fourth, Natalie Cox, 30.91. And fifth, Rebecca Jozuak, 31:11. 20 laps of the pool, all freestyle. We're approaching the first 100. Both swimmers looking smooth and strong as they turn at the 100. Zoe turns 59.95. Anna Conover, a minute .66. Third, Gracie Heim, 1:03.12. Fourth, Natalie Cox, 1:05.56. Fifth, Rebecca Jozwiak, 1:05.79. While we watch the 500 free, we've got some scores here. Through the 100 fly, Mount Lebanon girls lead North Hills 56-21, and the boys lead 45-16. That turn there was at the 150. Zoe Riebel continues to lead. She was out 132.21. Anna Conover 133.54. We're approaching the 200 turn here. Zoe Riebel's going to turn 2:04.78. Anna Conover from the North Hills in 4 next to her, 2:05.88. That was about a 1:04 high for Zoe's second 100. We're at the halfway point. Zoe Riebel's turns, she's your leader, 2:37.45. Anna Conover turns second, 2:39.27. Gracie Heim is going to be third, 2:45.97. And battling for fourth and fifth, Natalie Cox and Rebecca Jozuak. Rebecca 2:52 even, Natalie 2:52.42. Now at the 300, Zoe turns 3:09.91. Anna Conover 3:12.30. Gracie Heim 3:20.87. And still battling it out for fourth and fifth, Rebecca Jozuak 3:27.36. Natalie Cox 3:28.58. Zoe Riebel now she's turning at the far end. She's your leader in lane 5. She's been the leader since the start of the race. This is her 400 turn. She'll have 100 left to go. She's going to turn 4:14.73. Anna Conover from the North Hills second, 4:18.04. Gracie Heim now 4:30.90. Rebecca Jozuak with her turn to 100, 4:38.53. And Natalie Cox 4:43.50. The whistle indicates Zoe's on her last 50 now, 4:47.12. Anna Conover turned 4:51.03. They're first and second. Zoe makes her final turn. She heads for home. Gracie Heim turned with 50 to go, 5:04.76. But Zoe finishes up a good swim, 5:18.42, That's a season's best for her. Anna Conover, 5:23.07 was second. Gracie Heim, about a half lap left to go. She's going to finish up 5:37.96. Rebecca Joswiak in lane 8. She's going to finish 4th. 5:49.40, also a season's best for her. And Natalie Cox is going to finish in 5th. 5:58.31. Boys 500 free is next. It's event 16. Swimming for the North Hills in lane 3, Logan Baxter, and in lane 4, Connor Metzler. Swimming for Mount Lebanon in lane 5, Gabe White, lane 6, Everett Mead, and lane 7, Daniel Hartman. Boys are in the water for the 500-yard freestyle. WPIL qualifying time in the 500 freestyle is a 4:49. First lap down the pool, Gabe White was your leader. He was followed closely by Daniel Hartman in 7. And Connor Metzler from North Hills in 4. Gabe turned 29.61, just ahead of Daniel Hartman, 30.02. Third, Connor Metzler, 31.32. Fourth, it was Everett Mead, 32.17. No split there for Logan Baxter at his 50. With 100 done, Gabe White is out 102.69. Daniel Hartman turned second, 104.86. Third, Everett Mead, 106.68. Fourth, the North Hills Connor Metzler, 107.43. And Logan Baxter in lane 3 turned at about 118.8. Must have a bad pad over there. We're not getting splits for Logan. That's the 150 turn. Gabe White was your leader. He was out 136.51 ahead of Daniel Hartman, 140.47. Everett Mead, 140.87. Connor Metzler, 145.86. Gabe White turns at the 200, 2:11.30. Everett Mead second, 2:14.95, just ahead of Daniel Hartman, 2:15.28. Connor from the North Hills, 2:22.39. That is the halfway point there at the 250. Gabe White, your leader, followed by teammates Everett Mead and Daniel Hartman. At the 300, Gabe White turned first, 3:12.30. Everett Mead second, 3:23.45. Daniel Hartman third, 3:25.26. It looks like Everett Meade's going to give Gabe White a push here, and we're going to have a race as we finish up this 500 free. Connor Metzler turned fourth, 3:35.86. And with 150 to go, Everett Meade has overtaken Gabe White for the lead. We'll see how these two finish up. And we're approaching the turn to the final 100. Everett Meade's going to be your leader. He's at 4:29.87. Gabe White second, 4:31.96. Daniel Hartman third, 4:36.10. We're approaching the turn to the final 50. The whistle signifies your leaders at the wall, and it's Everett Meade, 5:02.75. Gabe White second, 5:07.11. Daniel Hartman will be third, 5:11.53. And as we approach the finish here, your winner in lane 6, Mount Lebanon's Everett Meade. He touches 5:33.92. Gabe White will finish second, 5:41.15. Third is Daniel Hartman, 5:43.89. North Hills' Connor Metzler is on his final leg. He's now at the flags. And he's going to touch 5:58.33. One swimmer left to finish up. That's going to be Logan Baxter from North Hills. Unfortunately, the pad in his lane 3 is not recording splits. So we haven't been able to follow him as closely as we'd like to. He's got a little less than 3 laps left to go. He turns for his final 50 at about 6:40. One lap to go now. And Logan's going to touch the wall, 5:20.70. We're going to move to event 17. It's a 200-yard freestyle relay. Swimming for the North Hills in lane 2, the team of Weber, Pontowski, Bekjulia, and Urlich. Lane 3, Gerchik, Kutzny, Dube, and Conover. I do not have entries for the Mount Lebanon teams. I will try to give them to you as they're on the blocks. Looks like in 6 that was Morelli. Lane 7 may have been Higgins. And I did not get a good look at lane 8. Whitfield qualifying time in the 200 freestyle is a 1:41 even. Looks like in lane 6 it's Lana Rice and maybe Mary Hoffman in 7. Third swimmers are on the block now. Mount Lebanon's team in 6 look like they were out under 25. That would be a really quick split if they were. Third swimmers now. Mount Lebanon's team in lane 6, 51-1. Lane 7 was 53-24. Lane 8, third, 55-83. North Hills in lane 3 was fourth, 56-07. And in lane 5, the North Hills team, lane 2, North Hills team in 5th, 101-11. Fourth swimmers are on the block. Again, Mount Lebanon's 116-20. Lane 7, 120-41. Lane 8, 124-16. North Hills team in lane 3 was 123-90. And their team in lane 2 is going to touch 131-42. It's 141 even we're looking for. Less than half a length to go. And she's going to touch the wall in 141.32, just off of the qualifying time. Mount Lebanon in lane 7, second, 146.95. In lane 8, Mount Lebanon's team, North Hills team in lane 3 finished third, 150.60. Mount Lebanon's team in lane 8 finishes fourth, 151.88. And the North Hills team in lane 2, fifth, 203.15. The boys event is next. In lane 2 for the North Hills, Kosmark, Ashoff, Korn, and Baxter. Lane 3, Bognard, Sushin, Boyle, and Metzler. In 6 for Mount Lebanon, Klepchik, Frank, Dustovich, and Tedescu. 7, Stilley, Matros, White, and Burton. 8, Ziedler, Mead, Hartman, and Famosa. Boys are off. 200 freestyle relay. Each swimmer is going to swim 2 laps of the pool. In lane 3, North Hills is your leader. Just ahead of Mount Lebanon's team in lane 6. Second swimmer's now on the block for Mount Lebanon in 6. It's Frank. 7, Matros. 8, Mead. North Hills team in lane 3 was out 22-14. Mount Lebanon in lane 6 was second, 22-75. In lane 7, Mount Lebanon's team third, 24-64. In lane 8, Mount Lebanon fourth, 26-12. And in lane 2, North Hills fifth, 30.93. Third swimmers now, Mount Lebanon's overtaking the North Hills team. Third swimmers, Dustovich, White, and Hartman. Whoopio qualifying time in the 200 free relay is a 1:30.40. Mount Lebanon's team in lane 6 was out 44-73. North Hills second in lane 3, 48-10. Mount Lebanon third in lane 7, 48-22. Fourth swimmers on the block now. Tardascu, Burton, and Famoso. Mount Lebanon's out 1:07.20 in lane 6. Again, we're watching for a 1:30.40. Less than half a lap to go. Mount Lebanon team's going to finish up, and they're going to touch the wall at 129.79. That's under the WPIL cut. Finishing second in lane 7, it's Mount Lebanon's team, 136.95. Finishing third in lane 3, it's North Hills, 143.92. They held off a hard-charging Mount Lebanon team in lane 8. They finished 144.03. And up in lane 2, the North Hills team will touch the wall. 2:05.46. Event 19 is next. It's the girls' 100-yard backstroke. Swimming for North Hills in lane 3, Katrina Gerchik. And in lane 4, Paige Lang. Swimming for Mount Lebanon in lane 5, Vivian Roy. Lane 6, Ellie Reinhart. Lane 7, Natalie Cox. And lane 8, Kate Mooney. WPIL qualifying time in the girls' 100 back is a 59.30. There's the whistle, and the girls are in the water. And on the start, Strong start by Vivian Roy puts her out in front. She looks like she's going to be followed by Ellie Reinhardt and Paige Lang from North Hills in third, maybe just at an Allie Cox, and Kate Mooney in 7 and 8. Vivian Roy, she's going to be your leader at the 50. She's going to turn 28.05. Ellie Reinhardt second, 30.93. Paige Lang third, 32.88. Fourth, Natalie Cox, 33.36. Fifth, Kate Mooney, 34.89. And sixth, Katarina Gerchik, 35.27. Vivian Roy's your leader. She's on her last lap. We're watching for a 59.30 or faster. Less than half a lap to go. And she's going to touch the wall. 57.85, a WPIL cut for Vivian Roy. Ellie Reinhardt's going to finish second, 103.23. North Hills' Paige Lang will finish third, 107.74. Just ahead of Mount Lebanon's Natalie Cox, 109.26. Fifth, Katrina Gerchik. North Hills, 113.06. And in sixth, it was Kate Mooney, 144.12. The boys' 100 backstroke is event 20. Swimming for the North Hills in lane 4, it's Brady Lawrence. Swimming for Mount Lebanon in lane 5, Matthew Klepchik. Lane 6 on Andrew Murray. Lane 7, Bill Stilley. And lane 8, Jacob Burton. WPIL qualifying time for the boys is a 54 even. Boys are in the water. And it's a pretty even heat as we go down the pool off the start. Looks like Mount Lebanon's Jacob Burton in lane 8 may have gotten to the wall first at the 25. He was right there with Matthew Klepchik in 5 and North Hills' Brady Lawrence in 4. And at the 50, it's going to be North Hills' Brady Lawrence turns first, 27.88. Matthew Klepchik is second, 28.30. Third, it was Jacob Burton, 29.53. Lane 6, Andrew Murray, 29.78. And in fifth, Bill Stilley, 30.38. We're on the last lap. North Hills' Brady Lawrence was your leader. He was being followed by Matthew Klepchik in 5. And we're approaching the flags and the finish. North Hills' Brady Lawrence touches first, 57.75. Matthew Klepchik second, 58.93. Third, Andrew Murray, minute .82. Fourth, Bill Stilley, 101.78. And fifth, Jacob Burton, 102.20. We go to event 21. It's the girls' 100 breaststroke. Swimming for the North Hills in lane 1, Olivia Weber. Lane 2, Shelby Pontowski. Lane 3, Maddie Dube. In lane 4, Jewel Thomas. Swimming from Mount Lebanon in lane 5, Marley Reese. Lane 6, Ashley Barnett. Lane 7, Meredith Reese. And in lane 8, Olivia Remko. 100 breast qualifying time for the girls is a 108.50. The girls are in the water for the 100 breaststroke. Tight race. We got 5 swimmers. They're going to get down that wall almost even. I'm going to say it's going to be Meredith Reese in 7 turning first after the 25. All 4 Mount Lebanon swimmers and the North Hills' Jewel Thomas are really tightly grouped together. We're going to see where they're at the 50. And finishing the 51st, looks like it's going to be Ashley Barnett, 32.03. Second, Marley Reese, 32.56. Third, Meredith Reese, 32.74. Fourth, Jewel Thomas, 33.33. Fifth, Olivia Remko, 33.52. Sixth was Olivia Weber, 39.36. Seventh, Maddie Dube, 41.26. And eighth, Shelby Potowski, 42.92. We're on the last lap. Looks like Ashley Barnett continues to be your leader in 7. Marley Reese in 5. Looks like she's charging hard. And at the wall it is Ashley Barnett first, 108.56. She just misses the cut. Second, Marley Reese, 108.72. Third, Meredith Reese, 110.01. Fourth, Jewel Thomas, 111.04. Fifth, Olivia Remko, 111.36. Sixth, it was Olivia Weber, 120.80. Seventh, Maddie Dub from the North Hills, 128.43. And Shelby Pontowski, 132.08. The boys' 100 breaststroke is event 22. Swimming from the North Hills in lane 2, Joshua Ashloff. Lane 3, Drew Schneider. And lane 4, Dane Fazio. Swimming from Mount Lebanon in lane 5, Ryan Frank. Lane 6, Caspian Rebel. Lane 7, Schaefer Beck. And in lane 8, Michael Famoso. Boys are in the water for the 100 breaststroke. Your leader on the start with a strong start and pull out is Dane Fazio from the North Hills. But it looked like Ryan Frank may have caught him by the 25. And at the turn, they're neck and neck. It looks like Schaefer Beck is in third. But at the 50, Dane Fazio 29.80, Ryan Frank 30.32, Schaefer Beck 32.22, Caspian Rebel 33.59, Michael Famoso 35.63, Drew Schneider 39.08, and we're on the last lap. Your leader is Dane Fazio from the North Hills. He is going to get the wall first in a 103.68. Ryan Frank is going to be second, 106.23. Schaefer Beck third, 108.51. Caspian Rebel fourth, 109.99. Fifth is Michael Famoso, 115.90. Drew Schneider will finish sixth, 122.64. And Joshua Ashoff is going to finish up seventh. He touches 136.73. It's going to bring us to the final event for the girls tonight. It's the 400-yard freestyle relay. For North Hills, in lane 3, the team of Urich, Bekjelia, Lang, and Weber. In 4, Salopik, Kuchma, Mahoney, and Thomas. In 6 for Mount Lebanon, Hoffman, Rebel, Morelli, and Roy. In 7, Higgins, Snyder, Barnett, and Rice. And in 8, Cox, Heim, Strutmeyer, and Spicula. 3:41.40. See if the girls can get their third relay to Whippules. They're in the water. Mount Lebanon's team in lane 6 out 26-31. North Hills in lane 4 was second, 27-36. Lane 7 for Mount Lebanon, 27-73. Lane 8, Mount Lebanon, 29-70. Lane 3 for the North Hills, 32-85. Second swimmers now on the block for Mount Lebanon. That's Rebel, Snyder, and Heim, 6, 7, and 8. Mount Lebanon's team out 54-70. In lane 6, North Hills 57-53. Mount Lebanon in lane 7, 57-79. Lane 8, Mount Lebanon 102-22. And in lane 3, North Hills 109-64. Really strong opening 100 there for Mount Lebanon. The heat sheet said it was Mary Hoffman. I actually think it was Hannah Morelli led that off. It looks like Mary's going to be up next. Mount Lebanon's team in 6th. They're on their last leg of the second of the 4 swimmers. Third swimmers now. Again, I believe that's Mary Hoffman in 6. Ashley Barnett in 7 and Kalina Strutmeyer in 8. 1:50:24 Mount Lebanon's time for the first half of the 400 free relay. North Hills was second, 1:53:88. Mount Lebanon's team in lane 7, 1:57:20. Lane 8, Mount Lebanon 2:03:60. And the North Hills team in lane 3 went to their third swimmer, 2:17:71. A 3:41:40 is the time we're looking for the Mount Lebanon team in lane 6. Fourth swimmers on the block for Mount Lebanon. That's Roy, Rice, and Spicula, 6, 7, and 8. Mount Lebanon 2:44:86. North Hills is second in lane 4, 2:49:58. In lane 7, that's the Mount Lebanon's second team, 2:57:27. Mount Lebanon's team in lane 8, 3:02:55. Mount looks like they're well under the cut, it looks like. They were at 3:10:58 with 50 to go. And Mount Lebanon's team in lane 6, they're at the flags now. They're going to touch the wall. WPIL qualifying time of 3:39:85. North Hills is going to finish up second in lane 4. They're going to touch 3:49:76. The Mount Lebanon team in lane 7 is third, 3:56:06. Mount Lebanon team in lane 8 will finish fourth, 4:03:49. One team left still to finish. That's the North Hills team up in lane 3. Their last swimmer is in the water. And they're going to finish up 4:29:05. We go to event 24. It's the boys 400 freestyle relay. Swimming for the North Hills in lane 2, the team of Korn, Kushmark, Ashoff, and Schneider. In 3, Pastorius, Bognard, Lawrence, and Fazio. Swimming for Mount Lebanon in 6, Burton, Frank, Lee, and Klepchik. In 7, Tardascu, Capetta, Dustovich, and Klepchik. In 8, Ziedler, Hartman, Mead, and Frank. The boys need a 3:18 even.
Swimming for North Hills in lane 2, Jason Korn, Aaron Kosma, Josiah Ashoff.
And down the pool on the first lap, it looks like the Mount Lebanon team in lane 6. That's, I think, Jacob Burton. Looks like he got down there first, just ahead of the North Hills team in 3, and the Mount Lebanon's team in 7. 25:75, 26:00, and 26:46 for the 3 lead teams. Mount Lebanon's team in lane 8, 28:89. And the North Hills team up in lane 2, 39:02. Second swimmers on the block. It's going to be Frank, Capetta, and Hartman. Mount Lebanon team in 7 is going to touch first, 51:92. Mount Lebanon team in 6 is second, 53:40. North Hills in lane 3 was third, 54:39. Mount Lebanon in lane 8 was fourth, minute .23. These are the second swimmers of 4. North Hills team up in lane 2. First swimmer finishes up 1:18:82. North Hills up in lane 3 has closed the gap considerably on the Mount Lebanon squad in 7. Mount Lebanon will still be leading, but it's not much of a lead. 141.11 is the Mount Lebanon in 7. North Hills in lane 3, 142.26. In 3rd in lane 6, Mount Lebanon 143.89. In 4th, it's Mount Lebanon's team in lane 8, 158.72. These are the third swimmers in the water. It's Lee, Dustovich, and Mead for Mount Lebanon. Again, we're looking for a 3:18. Last swimmers on the blocks now for Mount Lebanon. Klepchik, and Frank. Mount Lebanon in lane 7, 2:30.67. North Hills in lane 3, 2:37.28. Mount Lebanon in lane 6, 2:37.85. Mount Lebanon's team in lane 8 in 4th place, 2:56.72. Swimmer in lane 7 for Mount Lebanon, they're on their last leg. Looks like they're going to be just over the cut time. They're going to finish 3:19.83. Race for second right now. Mount Lebanon's team in 6th and North Hills team in lane 3. It looks like North Hills is going to be able to hold them off. They'll finish second, 3:30.66. Mount Lebanon's team in lane 6 finishes third, 3:32.19. 2 teams left to finish. North Hills team in lane 2's last swimmers now in the water. They're at 3:42.14. And at the finish in lane 8, that's Mount Lebanon, 3:52.58. As we finish up here, diving competition is next. It'll start at approximately 6:55, and then following the diving tonight at about 8 o'clock, we will have senior rec. We'll be honoring the 13 Mount Lebanon seniors. North Hills team in lane 2, they're on their last 50 now. One lap to go. And they finish up 4:53.48. That'll conclude the swimming part of the competition tonight. We'll get you an updated score as soon as one's posted. Like I said, we'll be back with diving in about a half hour, about 6:55. All right, welcome back. We're just about ready to start the diving competition tonight. Our first diver tonight is going to be Alexa Young from Mount Lebanon. Alexa's first dive is going to be a 302C reverse one somersault tuck, degree of difficulty 1.6.
Alexa Young. Alexa's first dive, dive number 302C, reverse one somersault in touch position, degree of difficulty 1.6.
Judges' scores for Alexa's first dive, 5.5, 5.5, 5. Dive score of 25.60. Second diver tonight is Sophie Miller from North Hills. Sophie's first dive is a 301B reverse dive in the pike position, degree of difficulty 1.7. Judges' scores for Sophie's first dive, 6, 6.5, and 6. Dive score of 31.45. Up next is Peyton Matlick from Mount Lebanon. Peyton's first dive is a 302C reverse dive, one somersault in the tuck position, degree of difficulty 1.6. Judges' scores for Peyton's first dive, 5, 4.5, 4.5. Dive score of 22.40. The fourth diver tonight is Andy Boyle from North Hills. Andy's first dive is a 301B reverse dive in the pike position, degree of difficulty 1.7. Judges' scores for Andy's first dive, 5, 4.5, and 4.5. Dive score of 23.80. Liam Smith is our final diver in the first round tonight. Liam's first dive is a 302C reverse one somersault in the tuck position, degree of difficulty 1.6. Judges' scores for Liam's first dive, 5.5, 4.5, 5.5. Dive score of 24.80. Alexa begins the second round of diving with a 103C forward dive, 1.5 somersaults in the tuck position, degree of difficulty 1.6. Judges' scores for Alexa's second dive, 4.5, 4.5, and 5. Dive score of 22.40. Her true round total, 48. Sophie's second dive tonight is a 201B back dive in the pike position, degree of difficulty 1.6. Judges scores for Sophie's second dive. 7, 7, 6.5 for a dive score of 32.80. Her 2-round total, 64.25. Peyton's second dive tonight is a 103C forward, 1 1/2 somersault in the tuck position, degree of difficulty 1.6. Judges scores for Peyton's second dive, 5, 4.5, 4.5. Dive score of 22.40. His 2-round total, 44.80. Andy's second dive tonight is a 201A back dive in the straight position, degree of difficulty 1.7. Judges scores for Andy's second dive. 6.5, 5.5, 6.5 for a dive score of 31.45. Andy's 2-round total, 55.25. Liam's second dive tonight is a 103B forward, 1 somersault in the pike position, degree of difficulty 1.7. Judges scores for Liam's second dive. 5, 5, and 5. Dive score of 25.50. His 2-round total, 50.30. Alexa's third dive tonight is a 5-1-2-1D forward, 1 somersault, half twist in the free position, degree of difficulty 1.7. Judges scores for Alexa's third dive, 5, 5, and 4.5. Her dive score, 24.65. Her 3-round total, 72.65. Sophie's third dive tonight is a 103B front, 1 1/2 somersault in the pike position, degree of difficulty 1.7. Judges scores for Sophie's third dive. 3.5, 4.5, 4.5 for a dive score of 21.25. Sophie's 3-round total, 85.50. Peyton's up next with his third dive, a 104C forward, 2 somersaults in the tuck position, degree of difficulty 2.2. Judges scores for Peyton's third dive. 4.5, 4.5, and 4.5. A dive score of 29.70 for a 3-round total of 74.50. Andy's third dive is a 401B inward dive in the pike position, degree of difficulty 1.5. Judges' scores for Andy's third dive. 6, 4, and 5. A dive score of 22.50. A 3-round total of 77.75. Final diver in the third round is Liam. His third dive is a 202A back dive, 1 somersault in the straight position, degree of difficulty 1.7. Judges' scores for Liam's third dive. 3.5, 3.5, and 4.5. Dive score of 19.45. I'm sorry, 19.55. His 3-round total, 69.85. Alexa begins our fourth round with a 401B inward dive in the pike position, degree of difficulty 1.5. Judges' scores for Alexa's fourth dive, 5, 5, and 6. The dive score of 24. Her 4-round total, 96.65. Sophie's fourth dive tonight is a 104C. Front, 2 somersaults in the tuck position, degree of difficulty 2.2. Judges' scores for Sophie's fourth dive, 4, 4, and 4. Dive score of 26.40, 4-round total of 111.90. Peyton's fourth dive tonight is a 202A back 1 somersault in the straight position, degree of difficulty 1.7. Judges' scores for Peyton's fourth dive, 4, 5, and 5. A dive score of 23.80. His 4-round total at 98.30. Andy's fourth dive tonight is a 403C inward 1.5 somersault in the tuck position, degree of difficulty 2.2. Judges' scores for Andy's fourth dive. 2, 2, and 2. Dive score of 13.20. His 4-round total, 90.95. Liam's fourth dive tonight is a 401B inward dive in the pike position, degree of difficulty 1.5. 6.5, 7, and 6. Liam's dive score of 29.25. His 4-round total, 99.10. Alexa begins the 5th round with a 402C inward, 1 somersault in the tuck position, degree of difficulty 1.6. Judges' scores for Alexa's 5th dive, 5, 5.5, and 5.5, for a dive score of 25.60, a 5-round total of 122.25. Sophie's 5th dive is a 403C inward, 1.5 somersault in the tuck position, degree of difficulty 2.2. Judges' scores for Sophie's 5th dive, 4, 4, and 3. Dive score of 24.20. Her 5-round total, 136.10. Peyton's 5th dive is a 5-2-2-2-3D. Back, 1 somersault, 1.5 twist. Degree of difficulty, 2.3. Judges' scores for Peyton's 5th dive, 4, 4, and 5. A dive score of 29.90. His 5-round total, 128.20. Andy's 5th dive is a 104C forward, 2 somersaults in the tuck position, degree of difficulty 2.2. Judges' scores for Andy's 5th dive, 2, 3.5, and 3. Dive score of 18.70, a 5-round total of 109.65. Liam's 5th dive is a 5-1-2-2D forward, 1 somersault, 1 twist in the free position, degree of difficulty 1.9. Judges' scores for Liam's 5th dive, 4, 4, and 4.5. Dive score of 23.75, a 5-round total of 122.85. Alexa's final dive tonight is a 202B back, 1 somersault in the pike position, degree of difficulty 1.6. Judges' scores for Alexa's final dive, 5.5, 4.5, and 3.5. Dive score of 21.60. Her total tonight, 143.85. Sophie's final dive tonight is a 5-2-3-1D back, 1.5 somersault, half twist in the free position, degree of difficulty 2.1. Judges' scores for Sophie's last dive. 2, 3, and 4. A dive score of 18.90. Her total tonight, 155.00. Peyton's final dive tonight is a 401C inward dive in the tuck position, degree of difficulty 1.4. Failed dive. Peyton's total score tonight, 128.20. Andy's final dive tonight is a 5-2-3-1D back 1.5 somersault half twist in the free position, degree of difficulty 2.1. Judges' scores for Andy's final dive. One, 1.5, and 2. A dive score of 9.45. Andy's total tonight, 119.10. And finishing tonight's diving competition is Liam. His final dive is a 5-2-2-1D back 1 somersault half twist, degree of difficulty 1.7. Judges' scores for Liam's final dive. Four and a half, 3.5, and 4. A dive total of 20.40. His score tonight, 143.25. That concludes tonight's swimming and diving competition. But please stay tuned. 8 o'clock tonight, we're going to be honoring our 13 graduating seniors with Senior Recognition Night.
1 sec. Okay, go ahead and try.
Testing, testing. This is another audio test now. Waiting to see if my voice can be heard through the live stream.
Tonight we recognize our seniors. We honor their accomplishments in the pool, in the classroom, and in life. These young men and women have dedicated hours, days, weeks, months of their lives to this swim team, often at ungodly hours early in the morning. This commendable commitment is just one of many reasons why we are so very proud of them. We will be instrumental to their success. When we call your name, please walk to the tables by the balloon arch, right, for your photo and gift bag, then return to your seat. When our last senior has returned to their seat, Coach Donati will say a few words. Our first senior, Ashley Barnett, escorted by Christine Maines. Our next senior, Andy Chapetta, escorted by Laurel and Mike Chapetta. Meredith Reese, escorted by Toddy and Gary Reese. Lana Rice, escorted by Tracy Lee and John Rice. Laney Smith, escorted by Julie and Brian Smith. Madeline Snyder, escorted by Kendra and Mike Snyder. Chloe Spapula, escorted by Amy and Rob Spapula. Gabe White, escorted by Dawn and Bryce White.
Thank you all for not just this year, but the last however many years. Some of you I've known since you were this big, and some of you since this big. But thank you for what you've done for the program for the last however many years you've been involved. Thank you especially for this year. Certainly wasn't what any of us were imagining 11 months ago. That we'd still be doing this from now, but I am glad that we got to honor you in some way. At least we got to honor you. I didn't get a senior night because of him, so he can tell you that another time. But special group, I really will miss everybody. Thank you to the parents because it's a huge commitment for you as well. We're not done yet. Still have some big swims to go this year. Congratulations, and don't be a stranger when you're done. Thanks.
I'd like to thank Coach Fletcher for coming down tonight. Couple things. I think about last year when I looked over at the 400 for relay and it was Hannah, Zoe, and Vivian, I think Hoffman, and I said, girls, we got to do it in the morning because they're closing the state meet because of this COVID thing, and we're still in this a year later. I don't think any of us thought this would happen. So for these seniors to have this year, both in the pool, academically, socially, I feel for them. It's just been such a struggle for all of us, but especially them. But the one thing that they have, I think is so important, has been swimming. Even though our swimming's been cut in half, we don't lift, we don't have meetings, we don't have a locker room, we don't travel on a meet. It's just so many different changes. But less coaches, we got a third of the coaches. I've never heard them complain. They come to practice and it kind of made me realize they need to swim. And up until tonight, as a coach, I was concerned what we were doing in the pool, where our times weren't there and this and that, but I kept on saying that they're just swimming. They're practicing, they're being together, and that's what's important. And half these seniors I don't see because they swim in the morning and I'm coaching in the afternoon. So I commend them for what they've done. So many parents have told me their kids are struggling, and I get it. I got 2 kids struggling too. But you would never know that COVID has hit these guys because what they do at practice, and they really, it's been awesome. 31 years, and they need it, and they're doing great. And there's more than swimming. Like Fletch said, he didn't have his senior night, and here he is standing with me tonight. How many years later, Fletch? Yeah, 20 years, and that tells you something. Lessons, and that's what we do. Okay, the kids have learned. I look up there, I think 14 seniors. I'm kind of glad we didn't swim North Allegheny on senior night because Pat Wenzel, when a coach said to me, he said, "Oh, you're in trouble. We're losing 14 seniors." Well, like I was telling Mike Geppetta, every year we're graduating anywhere between 8, I'm not sure, 14. And that shows you how much fun they have, and they enjoy each other. And it's a credit to them, no matter if they're the best swimmer in there or the swimmer who just wants to be part of it. It's just been awesome. And some of the kids I look up there and I think, Ashley Barnett, I remember having her at Bower Hill when she was this big, on the little Bower Hill swim team, and now she's graduating. Those are things that I guess tell a story about each kid. But it's just a special group. I got to thank Jen Cox for what she's done helping me this year. I begged her to be president because I can't do it. Being organization, and I can never do what she does. And she makes my job that much easier. And I see she has Alexis doing senior night. And a week ago when I found out we were losing North Allegheny, they were all worried about senior night and senior rec. I was like, selfishly, I'm thinking, I gotta get a meet. They have a swim meet. And I begged, and Mike up there, we gotta thank Mike. We found one, and North Hills came down here, and they had a couple stipulations, and that was more important to me tonight than anything else. because the kids need to swim. And so I thank her and Alexis and all the other parents that helped make this just a great place to be. I got to thank Mr. Brogan, and I know he's in and out, and what he does for these kids is unbelievable. Talking about a thankless job, couldn't imagine that poor man. But I think our kids realize how great of an AD he is, and what he gives us every day. So I got to thank him. You know, the school board, I was worried we're going to have a season. The way our school board was going, I thought, oh boy, you know, and they allowed us to do this, and we did it right, and we did it safe. And you know, we're one of the few teams that's still swimming COVID safe. All right, and you go to meets and you see it. We're still, you know, and it's working. And, I appreciate it. So to all the seniors, I know some of you are worrying about colleges and all those little things. It's going to work out. I'm proud of you. I'm just glad we stuck together. And like Fletch said, we're not done. We'll go to St. Clair next week. I know some people are disappointed I moved that meet. But I did it again for the kids. For the kids who go in the Whitfields, they need to swim in that pool. And that was my thinking when I moved the meet. So we'll go over there and we'll try to win a section title. And then we'll soon come back here and have our last home meet on a Friday night against Trinity. And then I haven't told everybody yet, but we are swimming the last ditch meet at Buckle Park on Saturday. So we still have 3 meets left. So it should be a good capper until we get our championship season. And then with the Olsen States, and we'll go from there. But to the seniors, I'm hoping you had a good ride. I hope you enjoyed it. I know sometimes it's a roller coaster, but at the end of the day, I'm always going to do what's best for kids. And, you know, I appreciate it. I'll miss you guys and enjoy the video. Michael, thanks for everything you do. Let's give Mike Lindsay a round of applause. He's done a lot of this. He's already done it. So much. All right, guys. Thank you.
At this time, we direct your attention to the scoreboard for a special video tribute to the Mount Lebanon Swimming and Diving Class of 21. photos. All seniors, please report over to the balloon arch